Jay here, Stretford, Paddock, that's Stephen Howson, and this is a look at Manchester United's potential January transfers, both incomings and outgoings. So first of all, this is split into 3 videos. We're going to start with defenders. We're going to look at defenders who might be going and might be coming. Let's get the obvious one out of the way, right? Just before we get going, yeah? Is Phil Jones going to leave in January?
I don't think so.
Right, okay.
He's like that, come on, Monica Lewinsky's dress. You can't get it out.
Lovely analogy. Nice. Especially in keeping with the Christmas spirit. So Phil Jones is staying. Any other defenders likely to leave?
Doesn't feel like it, does it? I think Teddy Mengi's going to go on loan.
Any rumours where that could be? Have you messaged him recently?
I just think he's gone on loan.
Right,
I'm not sure where it is.
Okay.
It should be Championship or Premier League, though.
Yeah, 100%. You would have thought so, wouldn't you? So Teddy Mengi on loan, potentially. We'll keep you updated if that comes to fruition. Now, in terms of targets, there hasn't been a lot of defensive targets. There's been a couple of ones doing the rounds. One doing the rounds is Jules Koundé, again. What do you make of that? Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think that we do want a centre-back? Because he's quality, but do we need him?
I also think you're going to be shopping in a different market. United need to start shopping in a different market as well. Like I said, who did the scouting for United signings last summer? We signed the most productive winger in the world. We signed Cristiano Ronaldo, who, I don't know if you know, has got more followers than anyone on Instagram. And then we signed,
the club don't like to talk about that, so I didn't know that now.
Rafael Varane. Like, literally, who scouted these? A 12-year-old. It's like literally a 12-year-old could put together that as a 3. Where's the up-and-coming kid coming out of, like, Eastern Europe? Where's someone that's, you know, maybe been on the fringes somewhere at Milan or something like that? Someone that's gone under the radar a little bit. Not someone like... It's like when we signed Wan-Bissaka. Supposedly 302 right-backs was on a list, and we signed the one that was for sale in the Premier League. Really? Like, don't tell me you worked that hard and then you signed really obvious ones.
When did he say that? When you like this, because he made a big song and announced it about that, didn't they? We had a list. We had this massive list and we narrowed it down. And you think, well, that was the obvious one. And you also paid what Palace wanted. You went through this negotiation.
Probably way over the odds for him.
Yeah.
He was, if we're being honest, even with English tax, he was a £25 million player. He'd had one season. Yeah. That could have gone monumentally well. It could have done what it has done, which has kind of gone, well, he's not shite, but he's not really set the world alight.
Yeah.
Or he could have gone really, really badly. He's kind of been a bit below par, I would say, with where he's been. And certainly a lot lower than the 50 million that we thought we were going to get out of him. But in that one summer, so this summer you've just signed, I don't know, 3 out of the 5 people that probably smash it on FIFA. The summer before, or whenever it bleeding was, that we signed Maguire and we signed Wan-Bissaka. You're like, so what have you done? You've just literally gone and found the most expensive things in the shop. That's last minute Christmas shopping tech.
Even the Dan James signing, which everyone lauded as, well, look at that, you're getting a bag and you're getting this. Leeds were in for him for like 4.5 million 5 months before we bought him for 15 million. And in those 5 months, he didn't.
What should we sell him to Leeds for?
30 million. So that was good. That was a good business. I'll give United that one for once. But it wasn't like he set the world alight in those 5 months as well, where he tripled his value. It was okay. It was a bargain in today's modern game, but it was still paying a lot more than what
the guy's a championship player.
Yeah,
I saw him from my own eyes for the first time in person.
Yeah, and
I probably judged him a bit quick, but my judgment never changed after seeing him. Beyond that, he's quick and he's got 0 end products.
Yeah,
and he scored a couple of goals. Still doesn't mean he's got loads of end products.
No,
he scored a couple of goals that you would expect him to score as a professional footballer. But like his crossing ability wasn't there, his ability to beat a man wasn't there. He just looked like a very, very limited footballer. So you're like, yeah, okay. I mean, Ahmad and Palestre, that I think was an attempt at trying to sign some absolute bargains, but look how much money we paid for them. We've not picked them up for free, have we? We've not found them kicking a ball against a wall in a favela somewhere. We've paid serious cash for the pair of them.
Yeah.
So it feels like the scouting system needs an overhaul. Like, and Koundé for me, what's he going to be? 40, 50 million?
Yeah, I think you're looking at that.
What's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? I don't think you can continually throw monster money at stuff. Like, look at City with 100 million of Jack Grealish. They're getting more out of Phil Foden from their own academy.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot more.
Yeah, they are. They're probably getting more out of Palmer at the minute. I mean, you know, I know Grealish has had actually start, and he's scored a couple of goals, but he's not really been anywhere near.
Lukaku, 97 million.
Exactly, he's not been anywhere near £100 million player, has he?
To get more out of Reece James.
Yeah, you're right. There's been this massive amounts of money thrown at players that haven't really done anything, and I think those clubs are having success in spite of that, not because of it. Chelsea have done well, despite the fact Romelu Lukaku hasn't done a lot. City are doing well. Almost really is irrelevant to them. He's not been a big part of their success this season.
£100 million signing that did it for anybody. The only one I can think of lately that went, wow, that was worth it, is Van Dijk.
Yeah, 75 million quid.
I mean, even Alisson.
But even then,
Alisson, not really. He was a good keeper, then, but not really.
But you look at Van Dijk and you go, Van Dijk, he's won them the title, he's done that. Now, he's been a great defender for them. It pains me to say, but he has. But they also bought Alisson. I think they bought Naby Keita around the same time. So they're strengthening other areas.
Naby Keita was 80 million.
Yeah, I don't know what he was, but he was big. He was decent.
How much was Naby Keita?
Naby Keita, I found out how much Naby Keita was. I think he was a little bit less than that. But they already had this strike force, or at least two of the three strikers who just scored loads of goals. They already had one or two players. They had the fullbacks that did the job. So it was just like one of the final pieces in the puzzle, wasn't it? Whereas we're coming from a different place.
But you'd have to say he was worth it in the end. Now, they're not going to get a resale on him, and they're only going to have him for a very truncated period of time because the age he was when they bought him. But I'm sure they're going to be happy days with that. Look how much Chelsea played for Kepa.
He was like 75, 80
million.
No,
it was like 90, yeah.
Something ridiculous. And he's not even remotely, he wasn't remotely first choice after about a year, was he?
You think these mega money signings, more often they're a failure. I mean, people might even say Jadon Sancho in the mixer here. 54 apparently was.
So that's a chunk, innit?
Yeah.
54 million quid for a midfielder.
These monster signings. I think Rangnick's thing about preferring first and second contract players might have something in it,
In that sense, then, there's a player we have been linked with. I don't know a lot about him. Marcus Senesi. He's from Feyenoord. I mean, this is a name that's been touted about the last few days. I've not heard a lot about him. I don't think that there's anyone saying this.
That's all I know about him.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's one where you're going, oh yeah, well, I've heard this from loads of reputable journalists, so it must be true. But it does seem like people are looking for that one that isn't the obvious one, and he might be that. Do you think there is one, whether it's him or someone else? I mean, we'll talk about him.
There's incredible footballers playing across the world, and that's not changed. That's things are moving different with the database scouting models and the way things are going like that. You've got to look harder and you've got to take some risks.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ahmad might have been an attempt to get on something early, but I think there's ones where you can. How old is he?
He's 24, I think he is. Let me just have a double look.
Perfect
24.
That's the perfect age to gamble on someone like this. That's what you want to be bringing in. Someone, what's he done? Played 100, 150 games, something like that?
Yeah, I think so. 136, yeah, spot on.
Bing on. Right, so there you go. So that's exactly what you want. And it's someone that's actually put together. Ahmad had played, 7 when we signed him?
If that, yeah. He played barely any professional
how many
football.
Before we played him? You want to get someone that's. I think those first 100 games, that's your rookie period.
Yeah.
You've got to get that out of the way before you know what anyone's about. Now, I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
But the fact he's played 100 and something games and he's the right sort of age profile, I think he's probably someone that is worth having a look, especially if he's going to be south of 20, 25 million.
That's what you're looking at. One player who will be a free but will cost lots of money in wages, and I'm just going to mention him, Steve, because he has been mentioned a lot in the press, is Antonio Rudiger. Can you see that happening? Because
I can actually, yeah. And I think it's less likely than it is more likely.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a cert. He's making all the noises for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I think with the way they're going at the moment, it'd be perfect for them and getting, just throwing a load of cash at him. But I do think there's something in picking up free transfers and that.
Yeah.
And picking up, people that are coming to the end of their contracts in the summer. Even if you could flip them now and get them in now, I think that you could have a good second half of the season with Rangnick.
Definitely. I mean, the thing with Rangnick as well, me and you were chatting off camera before, and you saying, he has this reputation. He finds these gems. He's found the likes of Keita, for example, we mentioned earlier, Haaland, one or two others, I think, Upamecano, got them for pennies, basically. Yeah, Kanai. I mean, the list is very long. So he has that in him. Even Ferner, yeah. He might be more on him later. So he has that ability, and you think that he brings that to Old Trafford and he goes, listen, we've got ones. United will be all over that. United love something like that, especially if you've got players who, if it doesn't work out, or even if it does, and they want to move on,
it might just be someone having the ball to pull the trigger on someone as well. Like, you don't know if the previous sort of recruitment team had come up with someone and they've gone, I think he's decent. And they've gone, yeah, but is he as good as Varane? And they go, well, no.
Yeah, and they go, well, what's the point? But A, Varane isn't going to be around forever, and B, Varane isn't always available. Yeah. So if you're going to get a player who can come in for Varane and actually learn from him as well, there's another one. If you've got a younger defender who's going to be learning from Raphael Varane, who knows? Anyway, get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think about those targets or any others you may think United are linked with this January and could come in and do a job in defence even. Let us know as well if you think any defenders could be on the way. We've said Phil Jones is the obvious one, probably not. Is there anyone else we've missed? You think there could be a potential move for one of our other defenders?
Massive shock, wouldn't it, if it was like Bailly or Lindelof?
Yeah, I think it would.
Think that the fringe or first choice when everyone's injured and that.
Yeah.
It would be a bit of a shock.
Who knows? You know where to find Stephen Howson. You know where to find me as well. Don't forget as well to hit like, share and subscribe. Let's get to 700,000 subscribers by the end of the season. And if you're not doing, check out our members section when we've got the 12 Days of Paddock, where you can win a host of prizes, including a book by United's 4th best ever keeper and a PlayStation 5. So check out the 12 Days of Paddock. This has been a look at Manchester United's potential January signings. Defenders. We're going to have a look at the midfielders next. Go on.
Van der Sar.
Yeah.
De Gea.
Yeah.
Stepney. Or Leslie.
No, do you know what? 5th. In fact, I missed Harry Gregg as well. 6th best goalkeeper. So check that out.